In this video, we're going to talk about division of whole numbers. 75 is a whole number and 3 is a whole number. One can read this as 75 divided by 3. You can also read it as 75 divided by 3, 75 thirds. But for the language of this section in the video, the one that talks about division, we'll use the word divided by. So, what is 75 divided by 3? That is, how many times does 3 go into 75? How many 3's can we subtract from 75? If you have 75 and you take away 3, that's one time. That leaves you 72. Take away another 3. That leaves you with 69. Take away another 3. That leaves you with 63. Now, 23's, 20 times 3 is 60. Now, I'm going to take away 23's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10, 15, 23 all at once. Pretty cool. Oh, excuse me. 69 take away 3. 69 take away 3 is 66. And then if you take away 23's at once, you'll just be left with 6. And it's up to you. You can take away 2 3's at once, but I'm going to only take away 1 at a time. Then I take away another 1. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 75 divided by 3 is 25. Now, we can do it another way, the more standard way. Let's look at the 3 times table. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. And never ever go past 3 times 9. 9. Of course, the only thing we can put up here are digits, and 10 and 11 and 12 is not a digit. Okay, what's the largest number on this list that does not exceed, that doesn't exceed 7? The answer is 6, 2 times. Now remember, that's the tens place. That's the ones place. When you put a 2 here and say 2 times 3 is 6, that 2 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. Fair enough, you may not write that 0, but put in the 6 where it is. You're taking away 60. Bring down the 5, and 5 minus 0 is 5. Now, if I went one more, you would have seen that 3 5's are 15. Now, this 15 is 15. It's not 150, it's not 1500, it's 15. And 3 5's are 15. Notice that 5 is not in the tens position. It's not a 50. It's not in the hundreds position, which would make that 500. It's in the ones position. 5 times 3 is 15. So we got the same answer as we did before. 75 divided by 3 is 25. Now, what does this also mean? Imagine you had a bookcase. It has 3 shelves. It has 3 shelves. Shelf 1, shelf 2, and there's a shelf on the bottom. 3 shelves. Let me even get rid of the top one. I don't want you to think there's 4 shelves. Now we're going to divide this by 3. I want to put the same, I have 75 bucks, and I want to put them equally on 3 shelves. Well, you can take the 75 bucks and put the first 3 here. So now we have 72 books left. Then you can put the next 3 there. So now we have 69 bucks. And you can put the next 3 here. So now you have 66 bucks. And you keep doing this. You keep doing this. Eventually, you'll have 9 books left. Take away 3. So now you have 6 books. Take away 3 more to put 1, 2, those 3 there. You have 3 left. And then take the last 3, which will leave you with 0, and put them here. How many are in each row? 25, 25, 25. Because we keep pulling off 3 at a time. 3, another 3, another 3, some more 3s in here. Then the last few 3s, another 3, and then the last 3. There's gonna be 25 books on each shelf. Why are we gonna have the same number of books in each shelf? Because I always put 3 at a time, 1 on each shelf. So if I keep putting 1 book on each shelf, and then another book on each shelf, and then another book on each shelf, when I'm done, I'll have the same number of books on each shelf. Need to understand division. It's good to be able to do division, but you also have to understand it. What if you have this big number, 54,432, you want to divide it by 8? That is, how many 8s can you take away from this number? 54,432. You have $54,432 in cash, and you want to buy a lot of items, as many as you can, that cost $8 each. No sales tax, just pay $8 and get the item. How many of these items can you buy? Well, one way of doing it is, if you really don't understand any of this about division, you can, well, I'll take away 8, and I'll have $54,424. I'll take away another 8, that's the second one, $16. I'll take away another 8, I'll have $54,408. I'll take away another 8, I'll have 54,400. 1, 2, 3, 4, took away 5 8s. Once I finish this, I'll have 54,392. And I keep doing this, and then in the end, I count how many 8s I took away. That's what's going on. How many 8s can you take away from 54,432? Okay, but let's do better than taking 1 away at a time. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 1 is 8. Now that number is just 5. 8 goes into the largest number on this list that doesn't exceed 5 is 0. Leading numbers shouldn't have a 0. Fair enough, 72 does equal to 0.72. But it's just grammatically incorrect, or mathematically incorrect to put the 0. It's poor math grammar. We just ignore it. So then we go to 54. Well, 8 times 6 is 48. That's close to 54, but it's not over. 8 times 7 is 56. Now that's over. The largest number on the 8 times table that doesn't go over 54 is 48. 8 times 6 is 48. But you know what? We're not taking away 6 8s. That's the thousands position. 1, 10, 100, thousands. We are taking away 48,000 8s. we're taking away 48, sorry, we're taking away 6,008, which happens to be 48,000. So we subtract, we get 6. 4 minus 0 is 4, or bring down the 4. Now whether you write the 30, the 3, and the 2 or not, they're really there. Okay. Now 8 times 8 is 64, which is the number we have. Well, that's the hundredths position. 800 times 8 is 6,400. That's what I'm taking away. I'm not taking away 64. If somebody tells you you're taking away 64, they're wrong. You're taking away 6,400. Fair enough, you don't write those zeros either. But in this case, when you subtract, you get 0. And what really survived is the 3 and the 2. Well, now you should bring down the 3. And the 0's 3 is 3. Well, 8 times 1 is bigger than 3, so I have to take away 0 eighths. Okay, when it comes to how many 10s, how many 8 tens I can take away, it's none. Okay, 0, subtract, you get 3. Now that 2, bring it on down. And 8 goes into 32 4 times. You subtract, you get 0. Again, what does this mean? It means if you have a bookcase that has 8 shelves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you take 8 books at a time. So you have 54,432, and you take away 8 books. That gives you that. Okay. And then you put 1 book here, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, and 8th book. Then you take away 8 more. You get 54,416. And you put the 8 books here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Before I put these last 8, each shelf had 1 book. Now that I put the second set of 8 down, each shelf has 2 books. And if I take away another 8, 54,408, and I put the 8 books here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I keep doing that until I have 8 books left over, and I take away 8, and then I have no books. And then those 8 books go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. By design, every one of those shelves have the same number of books. How many books on each shelf? 6,804. I could have done this subtraction 6,804 times, and then I would have no books left over, and every shelf would have the same number of books. How many books? 6,804. Every shelf has that number of books. Every shelf. All 8 of them. That is what division is all about. Let us try one last problem. Suppose you have 7 to 8, 125. And we want to divide this by 125. Okay? So we do 125 into 728,125. Well, 125 times 0 is 0. And 125 times 1 is 125. So it won't go into 7. Well, it'll go in 0 times. You can put the 0 up here if you want. 125 doesn't go into 72 even one time, but it does go into 178. And that just happens to be the thousands place. Okay. So 125 times 5 is our 625, I guess. 125 times 6 is 750. That's too much. So it goes in 5 times. So right now, I am taking away 625 thousands. And I'm left with 103. Bring down the 1. Now, 125 times 8 is 1,000. 125 times 9 is going to be 125 more. It's going to be 1,125. But that's too much. So I'm going to take away 800 125s, which is 1,000 with 2 more zeros. It's really 100,000. So I get 31. I bring down the 2, and that goes 2 times. 2 times 125 is 250. So I'm left with 62. I bring down the 5, but that goes 5 times. 5 times 125 is 625, which gives me 0. Okay, so what this is saying, if you have 728,125 bucks, and you're going to put them on 125 shelves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 124, 125. Not going to draw all 125 shelves. Okay, and first, from this number, 728,125, you take away 125. And you get that number. So you put the bucks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 124, 125. Then you take away another 125 bucks. So you have 7,000 or 875. And you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 124, 125 bucks. And you keep doing this. You keep doing this. And eventually, since it went in evenly, you'll have 125 bucks left over. And you will take them all away. And you'll have no books left. And you put those 125 bucks you just took here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 124th book, 125th book. Each and every shelf in this bookcase, each and every one, including the ones in here, including the ones by the 3 dots, they all have 5,825 books on them. If you have $728,125 and you think you're gonna make a lot of money buying this item for $125 because you'll be able to sell it for significantly more, you can buy 5,825 of them. Again, no taxes. If you insist, well, of course there's tax, fine. Then with tax, the item costs $125. And you can buy with your $728,125, you can buy 5,825 of them. Division is repeated subtraction. Just like multiplication is repeated addition. Subtraction. You keep subtracting multiples of 125. Again, you can do it one at a time, one by one, but you're going to be there 5,825 times doing it. Why not take away more than one at a time? Take away a lot at a time. Here, when I put the 5, I took away 1,125s. Then I took away 800. There it is, 625,000. Then I took away 800 125s. That was this number, 100,000. Then I took away 20 125s. That was 2,500. And then I took away 6 more. First I took away 5,000. Then I took away 800. Then I took away 20. Then I took away 25 more. In the end, I took away 5,825 125s from that big number. If there was something, we don't have to have just $1 bills and $5 bills and $10 bills and $20 bills and $100 bills in America. We could have had, still can have, $125 bills. So if you went to the bank with the check for $728, $125, or you went in with that number of singles, or you had pennies, I don't care what it is, but it added up to $728,125. And you said, can you please give me those new $125 bills? That's how many bills they'll give you. They will say 125 plus 125 plus 125 plus 125 plus 125 plus 125, and then eventually 125. And this is going to add up to 728,125. And you know what? There's going to be 5,825 $125 bills. Okay, this completes this section on division by whole numbers.